we're gonna talk about how to hypnotize anyone. That's easy
Oh,
because
okay.
I will tell you the things. I'll go through plenty of stuff basically, and you're free to interrupt me at any time. Maybe we'll start with this. We end up doing something else. I don't know. I'm not sure what will happen later on, but it's about your curiosity and me here to answer it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I have a question. So whenever my friends hypnotize me,
yeah.
I am not. I feel like I'm not going deeper. It's like I couldn't get a scene or anything. No, it is
Okay,
like
ladies,
always blank.
ladies and gentlemen, we have our first victim.
Yes, it's like
Okay.
always the black screen. Like I don't see anything.
You don't need to see anything. You know that 17% of people are visual only. So it's like if you close your eyes and you are inside your room, you will know that you are inside your room, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So if you close your eyes now where you are in the car or something,
So
you will know you are in the car, right? It's about the feeling about where you are. So if you don't see anything, but you will
no,
so either you're not deep or that person that is hypnotizing you doesn't know the rules
mhm.
of hypnosis that I will teach you today. It's so simple. I
Okay,
said one day I can teach anyone
and
hypnosis
the
in 30 minutes.
feelings, right?
Yeah.
And also the we have to get the feeling if they are taking you to the childhood. I didn't get that feeling. I mean, I don't know whether I'm talking from the conscious mind or subconscious mind. I didn't feel. I feel like I'm talking from the conscious mind. That is what
So
I feel.
so now you will discover the secrets of that, and you can go to the RTT teacher and tell him or her how it is being done.
Awesome. I was like wondering if I cannot do, if I don't feel it, if I cannot see it, then how can I do it for others? That was like I was been stuck. Like
It's like how can I sell a product that I'm not convinced in?
yeah, yes, that is the thing. I've been stuck with my education stuff. Like I was like, okay, yeah, I need to figure it
The
out.
thing is, I'll tell you
That,
something. If every single student that went into hypnotherapy training became a hypnotherapist, there will be few people on planet Earth that they don't know hypnosis. So basically, you get a class of 30, you end up having two people practicing it. One of them is good. so
mhm.
so this is what happens. So we
Yes.
kick off. Let's kick off.
So anyway, I wanted to know the
So let's kick off, and you will know everything. I will not leave a stone unturned. So let's be clear on that. We're not going to go into therapy, and I will tell you the difference. Hello, everyone. I don't know if everyone, not many know me. Some are new faces. Some I've seen on Facebook, social media, whatever. Some I talked to, and hi Yara again. and some I just met, and some I am mentoring. Some I worked with in terms of therapy. So it's a diverse group in here. My name is Daniel Ghanimé. This is how it is being, how we have pronunciated in my language. You can call me Danny, Daniel, Dan, whatever you want to do. Some people, they call me doctor, and I hate it. So this is something. This is something to emphasize on. I'm basically initially I work in telecommunication, which is weird. Huh? I come from an engineering background, and I got through hypnotherapy by mistake. Seriously. Seriously. I'm not scaring you here. It was quite a coincidence. I was attending a diploma in morphopsychology, the French Society of Morphopsychology. And when I finished, the doctor that was giving the course, she said, "Are you going to join us to train hypnotherapy?" So like, seriously, hypnotherapy, like hypnosis? swinging watches. Uh, she said, I guess. And that was it. I got hooked. And I saw that this thing is quite amazing. If you know who your mentor would be, what training you take, what are the things you read, and what are the people you address, and what you want to do with it. It's just like it was quite amazing. So that was, let's put it this way, about 7 years ago. So I'm young in this, but it happened that I discovered that one day I was doing Ericksonian hypnosis. This is what I knew. I knew later, back in the university when I used to do my presentations. I was hypnotizing people without knowing what hypnosis was, because I was doing guided imagery, engaging them in like engaging more than 3 senses and this kind of, theoretical stuff. I didn't know. So it was, let's say, I entered the realm of hypnosis by mere coincidence. That being said, I'm an omni hypnosis trained by Jerry Kein. I don't know if people they know Gerald Kein here. Mentored by Wendy Weber and Beryl Kumar, and let's call it, I'm the adopted kid for Cheryl and Larry Elman, the son of Dave Elman himself, and I do training for the Dave Elman Hypnosis Institute / Stress to Best for Beryl Kumar / the Devil's Therapy for Wendy Weber. So that's quite extensive. Having that amount of knowledge that's coming from everywhere, I put together a training course, okay, which I'm not pitching here, by the way. It's just to tell you. So that thing got very extensive to the point where it was 3 months in total, and 3 months of follow-up mentoring, because I found out that most of the people, they get trained and then they get that license. It's like they have their driving license and they don't know how to drive. Okay, it's like you get your driving license and then you jump in the car and you get scared and tell your daddy to drive you home. So so the mentoring program kicked in because I got so many calls and messages about, I have this, what do I do with it? I have this guy, I have this person, I have this case, what do you have a script for this? Do you have a script for that? And it happened that, okay, let's put it this way, I'm going to train people and then I put them on a mentorship program. Some people, they go in reverse. Like I have Nizam here, I started mentoring, and by the end of the mentoring thing, he's getting the training at the same time. So by going through mentorship, he's being trained at the same time. He will be certified. So it's either or. You start with the mentoring, you end up having the license, or you just start with this and you end up with mentoring. So in both cases, it's a win-win situation, and it's informative to the point where when I finish, no one needs to look at their manuals. So why is it that simple? People, they look at hypnosis and think that it is very, very, very complicated. Look into my eyes, snap, and then they go plump. It is simple. It is simpler than anyone could imagine. So, as I said, I'm not going to go into historical chronology and history of hypnosis. Most of you would know that, or don't, but most of the time I start with that and people get bored and leave. So I'm not going to get you bored and you not leave. So basically, especially on Halloween. So we're gonna have fun for the next 2 hours, hopefully 3, I don't know. And what? Oh, okay. So basically, what is hypnosis? Anyone knows a definition about hypnosis? Can you please, like, unmute yourself, raise your hand, whatever. Just What is hypnosis?
Just awareness.
Yeah.
For me, it's sleep of the nervous system.
Okay.
We're aware. Don't look so confused.
It's like I discovered something, asking about what is hypnosis is like asking people, what is love to you? No one has a freaking idea what this is. You can
probably easier to define what love is compared to what hypnosis is, Daniel.
Yeah, it is basically, love is hypnosis somehow. It's an overflooding of emotions, whatever. Okay, yeah. It is flooding the conscious mind the Ericksonian way. Okay, that's perfect. It is the heightened state of suggestibility. It is, all these kind of clinical definitions. This is why I coined the term that everyone knows me with. I call it hummus. Hummus. It's everybody eats hummus. Hummus. It means nothing because every single person experiences it differently. So that's why Sandeya, when she was talking about, she's not experiencing it, it's totally normal because each one of you would experience it differently. Some people will feel dizzy. Some people will feel nothing. Some people will just go inside themselves and see images. Some people would see colors. Some people would see, I had people seeing stars. It's like as if somebody smacked you on the head and start seeing those, bits and pieces. Some people, they have their eyes going left and right, and some people, they have fluttering eyes. Some people will have tearing eyes. Some people will have the white on the black, and it's like every single person would experience it differently. Some people would call it trance, but okay, here you go. Now I'm being provocative. Trance is not hypnosis. People, they will go like, you're in hypnosis or you're in trance. No, that's quite a totally different two concepts. Let's take Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson would say that trance would induce hypnosis. So then trance is not hypnosis. I didn't say that. That's the big ME. So trance state is not hypnosis. Cool. Now that's the first slap. Second thing, hypnosis is not sleeping. Everyone knows that. Oh, hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Everyone knows that. The term hypnosis itself, there's a huge difference between somnambulistic state, somnambulism, hypnosis, hypnagogia, and like the hypnagogic state, and mesmerism versus hypnosis as we know it. And we're going to go through all these. For another slap, like everyone will say, like Franz Anton Mesmer was the first, like in the modern history who started with, getting all these magnetic stones and whatever. It's the same story that everyone tells. But let's put it this way. Franz Anton Mesmer is quite closer to energy work rather than hypnosis itself. Okay, so now we split it in half. Okay, so what is hypnosis? Call it hummus, call it whatever you need to call it. It's like, let's put it as if you're reading a book, okay? And just like you go inside that book and you just like go dreaming, imagining things as you're dreaming a book. So basically, is reading a book dangerous? I don't think so. Unless it was a heavy book and you're reading it like that and it fell on your face while you're sleeping. Yeah, it could break your nose. But another thing that people will mix that with trance and hypnosis, many people would say like hypnosis is like a natural state. Yeah, it is. It's not. It's a natural state, and it's not natural. It's natural state because you are doing it on your own. You don't need any medication to induce that. But it's like it is on demand, rather than when you're driving. As we give these kind of examples when we do our pre-talk. It's like when you're driving and you miss your the turn, or you miss the road on your house, or whenever you just like watching a movie and you start crying and you're in hypnosis. No, that's a no, because then you're in trance. You're not in hypnosis. So what is the difference? let's take Dave Elman. I don't know if anybody knows Dave Elman. Do you know Dave Elman? Most of you don't. Maybe you know, or you don't know Dave Elman. Dave Elman started, as a vaudeville guy, and was a radio character. He knew hypnosis through one hypnotist who came to help his father alleviate his cancer pain. A friend of his father hypnotized him to alleviate the pain. And since then, from 8 years old, little Davy, when his father died, he decided that he wanted something from his father. Most of the kids back then, if the father dies, maybe they will say like, "What do you want from your father?" Like as like something that is being left from your father. Some would say like, "I need the knife," or I need his watch or something. Dave Elman requested to have the library. So Dave Elman, by the age of 12, he had read Bernheim from, suggestive therapeutics from one end to the other. I haven't finished it now, and I'm 52. So, and he, by the time he reached the point where he coined a definition, maybe some will find it weird, maybe some will accept it. But in that definition, there's the difference between the trance state and hypnosis. Because without the next part of what happens after the trance, this is what makes the difference, and that's what makes hypnosis. Unfortunately, the name has been inherited. Some would say it was... Was it this Dale Patrick who coined the name? I guess James Dale who gave the name hypnosis. Some people would say that. I don't know. Anyone? I guess it's Dale. He coined the name hypnosis because he was a mesmerist and he wanted to create a new name. But it's not his Dale. So that's another blow. Everybody would say that James Dale came up with the name hypnosis because James Braid. Yeah, thank you, Mansour. I'm old and my students right. So James Braid came out with the name hypnosis. Dale came out with the coma state, and I don't remember who did that. Because he didn't. As simple as that, because it was. The Baron, or Le Baron, Denain Etienne de Cuvière. That's a French guy. It's quite French. He was the one who wrote the book about coining the prefix hypn, HYPN. And then he came up with a whole lot of vocab related to hypn something. So it wasn't Braid, unfortunately. People, they think it was Braid. You can go. It's like it was. I can remember the name of the book. Le magnétisme éclairé. That was the book. It was a very, very old book. So that being said, the name has been gone through plenty of ups and downs since then, from magnetism, animal magnetism, suggestive therapeutics, hypnosis, whatever. So basically the name hypnosis related to the sleeping with the dreaming at the same time, because there's another name in Greek for sleep, and we didn't use that. And Braid came out with a name that is quite interesting, that is quite Ericksonian at base, because Erickson wasn't born back then, and it was monoideism. What is monoideism? It's like fixating on one simple idea. So whenever you're just focusing on one single idea all the time, you're engaging your conscious mind to focus on that idea. And once you focus on that idea, your conscious mind is capable of doing one thing, and one thing at a time, to the point where it is being held from intervening, thus opening the gates for the subconscious mind. Dave Elman would say this is the bypass of the critical faculty. Okay, now that's trance. We haven't reached hypnosis yet. It's not complete. So to complete that, we need to give suggestions, right? So Dave Elman would put something on top of that. We say like, and there's an establishment of an acceptable selective thinking. So hypnosis is the bypass of the critical faculty or the factor and the establishment of an acceptable selective thinking. Now, acceptable selective thinking, it means you're not losing control. You're being selective and accepting. And this is where four types of suggestion acceptability will come. I give you a suggestion. It goes this way. One, I like the suggestion. I hope it will work. That's on the subconscious level. You're not thinking about it. Second, I like the suggestion. It will work. Third, hell yeah, I don't like the suggestion. It will not work. Fourth one, I don't care about the suggestion. I don't care if it will work. And basically, it's I like the suggestion. I know it will work. That will work. This is an acceptable selective thinking. So put people in trance. That's an induction. That's not an hypnosis. Okay? Establishing acceptable selective thinking, that's hypnosis. With the trance. So I will adopt the definition by Dave Elman because it's quite straightforward, very closer to academic, simpler to understand, and has a visual in it. The bypass of the critical faculty and establishment of an acceptable selective thinking based on the four types of acceptability. Those I like the suggestion. I know it will work. So that being said, what makes things stick and let things work? How do you put people in hypnosis? We have plenty of inductions, actually ways to put people in trance rather than hypnosis. So many ways of doing inductions. One of the most known inductions, which is a bit time consuming, it's progressive muscle relaxation. So what is progressive muscle relaxation? You've heard that maybe several times on these kind of recordings. Now you sit in a very comfortable chair or bed or something, and then you relax your eyes and relax your forehead and relax your shoulders, relax your arms and relax your fingernails, and if you relax your hair, relax your shoes, your socks and whatever. So you end up relaxing, and that's relaxation, progressive relaxation. It will work on people, some of them, and some of them not. And based on that, they decided, we're not going to name universities, in some universities that some people are suggestible, some people are not. Based on one simple progressive muscle relaxation, seriously? It's like telling people, you're lactose intolerant because I gave you sour milk and you didn't like it. It's weird. So back then, there weren't many ways of putting people in hypnosis. It wasn't very, very straightforward, very easy to attain. And there was some sort of a war happening in the background between the Ericksonian school. It wasn't school, actually. He didn't teach anyone. Erickson, and the Dave Elman part. Okay, Dave Elman teaching. And it was like East Coast versus West Coast, US guys. How does that feel like actually when it comes to East Coast, West Coast thing? Milton Erickson was a doctor. Dave Elman was an actor. So basically he was demeaning him most of the time. But the thing is, why Dave Elman taught doctors and dentists, it was because they approached him and he didn't approach anyone. Seriously. You have all these white coats approaching an actor to teach him how hypnosis is being done. because it was built on 3 pillars. It was rapid, reliable, and repetitive. The Dave Elman induction, everyone knows that. Basically, he did several inductions, many. I'm not going to go through like just only the Dave Elman induction today, but that being said, we're going to go through a simple something that I usually do every single session about the subconscious mind and hypnosis and what hypnosis is. So that's why I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen. I can share my screen, but never share food anyway. So, like I'm worse than Joey. Okay, and I'll make you can see this. Can you see this? It's kind of black. Okay, now can you see this? Okay, good. Why am I drawing? In order to understand the concept of having the bypass of the critical faculty and the establishment of an acceptable selective thinking, I have to show you the mind model as per Gerald Kein. Okay, so basically, now you know where I come from. It was asking me about my techniques. Here we go. Descendant. So let's put it this way: your mother got pregnant, okay, and then you were formed. The first formation of you being a simple dot on an echography. It's called the unconscious mind. Okay, now that's quite not Freudian. That's Jungian, and this is where I will tell you more later. The unconscious mind has no consciousness whatsoever, thinking or feeling. It has all the somatic system, your autoimmune system, your automatical bodily functions, your cells growing, your blood, whatever, all the things that basically no one looks at. But it's not our main subject here. And then week 8, I don't know, moms, you can correct me. Week 8, you start having the nostrils. You know, just the fetus will have nostrils. So it starts, smelling whatever the mom is eating. And then week 22, you have the ears, start listening to whatever is happening outside. And their sensations are brought to awareness. And this is where what is called the subconscious mind is kicked off. Where you have all the feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, and sensations. As simple as that. A baby in the womb hearing a fight outside will have a certain emotion and will have a reaction. All those will lead to a certain behavior. Deal. Those behaviors, when they become repetitive, they become a habit. Not a hobbit. No, like it's a habit. So feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations create behaviors and habits. So all those, they are hosted in the subconscious mind. So why am I doing that? Because the subconscious mind is self-preserving or self-protective. The subconscious mind does that to protect you from danger. That being said, the subconscious mind is too lazy in a positive way. Doesn't like change. If you have a phobia that has been hanging on for 25 years because you were bitten by a dog or you saw someone being bitten by a dog, it's a protective mechanism to save you the danger from dogs. But that, when you were like 7, 8 years old or 9 years old, doesn't matter, whenever it kicked in. And it has saved you so many times from being bitten by a dog by staying away from dogs. So if you go and say like, I'm going to change that kind of reaction or habit or phobia, it's like, because phobia, it's a type of habit I'm afraid of, whatever the cycle is, because it's a feeling and emotion. So basically it's all there. The subconscious mind will say like, listen to me, I created that because I'm protecting you. So I'm not going to change that. First, I'm too lazy to do that. Second, it has protected you for so many years. Unless you give me a different thing to substitute this thing, I'm not going to change. So rule number 1, the subconscious mind hates the void. You cannot take one habit and not replace it with something else, because subconscious mind will going to replace it with something else. Okay? That's quite CBT-ish, but what is CBT? It's quite close to hypnosis. It stems from hypnosis, but don't tell anyone. So it's lazy, self-protective, and as we say, like, it's 95% of who you are, and it hosts all long-term memories. Okay, one thing from Dave Elman, I will put it aside, and I will not engage in it, because Dave Elman used to say, like, long-term memories are just like some sort of you enter some sort of a videotheque or something. You have all those recordings, you just take them out and then you watch them. I'm not into that, even though I have a closer perspective to it, but we're in the 21st century. I'm going to put it in this realm. Memory is equal to an event plus emotion. All of that based on perception. Okay, so it's perceptive. Some people will think that happened as a memory, but basically, if you have a video camera back then, those people will see that it wasn't quite the exact thing happening. Okay? Though when you regress them, you might find details, but let's put it this way: in order to heal a memory, what part should we delete? Is it the whole memory, the event, or the emotion? So whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. Okay? But then whatever happened in the past keeps happening to us every single day on subconscious level. So what is that is happening to us every single day on subconscious level? It's the emotion, it's the feeling, it's those images. Because whenever you remember something that happened 10 years ago, you will feel it now. You don't feel it 10 years ago. So whenever you want to work with, it's you take away the emotion. And then you're left with an event, with the perception, that will lead you to experience. Removing the memory will remove away the experience, and thus you are prone to repeating the same mistake or putting yourself in danger. Okay? So long-term memories are events plus emotions. They're hosted here. So they are the tied event to this list. This list. And then some people would say at 7 years old you start having the consciousness. That's what let's adopt that thing. And then you have the development of the conscious mind. You will look at this image and you will see like that the conscious mind is so bigger than the subconscious mind, right? I would say like it's 5%. By the way, 95% and 5%, I'm not wrong. I'm very mathematical. So, because the unconscious mind has no consciousness. So don't ask me what kind of percentage this is. The conscious mind, it looks big because most of the people think that I'm strong, like I'm logical, I'm rational, I'm very analytical. You've heard that. What can I do with an over-analytical subject? Or they call them subjects as if they are the masters, but they are like clients. Let's call them clients, people. Conscious mind, 5%, logical, rational, analytical. It looks big, but basically it's that simple pipe here. If you're gonna fill that with water versus that with water, it's gonna be that this is bigger than this one. But it gives you the illusion that the conscious mind is so important. And plus, on this level, the conscious mind has the short-term memory, which is what did you eat yesterday, phone numbers, names, whatever. And there's something that is so much overrated. I cannot emphasize on that. Willpower. Willpower is a process in the conscious mind. It's important to kick off something. But willpower is part of the conscious mind. That being said, there are two schools. If you go do researches, Google it, whatever you want to do. There are two schools in relation to willpower. Let's put it in a nutshell. One school would say like willpower is like a container that has like enough willpower for everything in your life. Basically, it can last 2 weeks maximum on one simple subject. And if you use it more on many subjects, it will be depleted faster. And others would say like willpower is just like some sort of it's like the feeling, it comes and goes. So basically, in both cases, willpower doesn't last. So that's why, ladies, if you're dieting and you're failing on your diet, you're based things on willpower. To emphasize more on willpower, okay, I'm gonna put this in this perspective. Willpower is a bucket of water, okay, that you have at home, which is enough to do your laundry, drink, make your pasta, do the dishes, and have a shower. But it's not enough, okay? It's a bucket. It's one bucket. I don't think anyone can do all these with one bucket, okay? So basically, you focus on one subject. Let's say you're doing your pasta. It can last you 2 weeks, maybe. But if you're doing all of those, it gets depleted faster. And then you have to wait until it refills again. Okay? So willpower is good to kick off a certain thing. Okay, a new habit. But using willpower, you will go against this guy, the big guy here. Okay, so if you would ask, or you don't ask, to know if you're acting out of your willpower, you have two major things. First, it's painful. Second, it's tiring. Whenever you're executing anything out of willpower, you will find yourself depleted or in pain. Because if you're enduring pain out of willpower, that's okay. Or you're enduring your, let's say, your hunger out of willpower. It will feel painful, huh? Whatever you're doing out of willpower, it feels painful. If you're trying out of your willpower to sustain humiliation from people, not growing thick skin, it will feel painful and it's tiring. And if you're doing things out of your subconscious system, which is who you are, it's 95% of you, that's exactly you. It's effortless. It's natural. It's who you are. So why the hell am I getting irritated by a certain habit? Because that habit was built at a certain time where it was self-protective, and now it doesn't serve its own purpose anymore, but the subconscious mind keeps on using it because it's too lazy to change it. And whenever you want to change it, you want to tell the subconscious mind, change it, right? So this is where you send the suggestion. Okay, I send a suggestion to change the habit, but wait. We said something in order to get the suggestion in. There's a simple thing out of the definition we said. There's this guy. Those are muscles, by the way, six-pack. Who holds, I don't know, this is like a shield or something. And he's at the gates of the conscious mind. We call it the critical faculty of the conscious mind. This is the critical faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Critical Faculty. Okay? So in order to pass that suggestion, send it inside, it has to go by that bouncer here that's guarding the gates of the conscious mind, between the conscious mind, actually. It's a part of the conscious mind, but it's like a filter that compares things. But it doesn't compare, actually. What happens, this guy will hold that suggestion, and then he calls to the boss. This is the big boss here, the subconscious mind. So like, hey boss, listen, I have Nicola, she wants to, or Nicola, was it Nicola or Nicola? Nicola, I guess. Yes. So I have Nicola here. She wants to change a habit of eating her fingernails, or being afraid of dogs, or you know, I don't know, stop smoking, whatever. The subconscious mind would say, like, listen, okay, that habit was done for a purpose that is protective. Maybe she was bored in class, she started eating her fingernails, and she's keeping her company from time to time. It has kept her company for tens of years. And, you know, it's not the time to remove that. I'm too lazy to act on that. Listen, okay, if you wouldn't mind, let's just send it to the willpower to take care of it. And if it works with the willpower, then I will find a way and change it. This is why, you know, people, they go on for 21 days trying a habit, so it gets, you know, but most of the time it doesn't work. That sent to willpower, it lasts for 2 weeks. The bucket gets depleted, the suggestion goes away, and the subconscious mind will look at this guy and say, like, see, I told you, it doesn't work. This doesn't work. So in order to get this thing in, all we need to do bypass the critical faculty. Actually, let's put it this way. I have to draw it again. This guy, bigger muscles. And if we can put it like that. So this guy here, we cannot get in. We move that guy, and then we send the suggestion to change that habit. This act by itself is called the bypass of the critical faculty and the establishment of an acceptable selective thinking. So, that being said, we can go and name, put the name on it, hypnotherapy, which is two terms. Hypno, or hypnosis, that's the bypass of the critical faculty, the establishment of an acceptable selective thinking. Therapy, be my guest, use whatever you want to use. All kinds of psychotherapeutic techniques, NLP, coaching, whatever you need to do. So hypnosis itself It's like a cardboard box that is only interesting to my cat. It's nothing. It only has a value when you put something in it. Okay, so hypnosis on its own, putting someone in hypnosis, nothing. Unless you establish, the acceptable selective thinking by accepting a suggestion, then the magic happens. So that being said, we have hypno and therapy and these kind of techniques and everything there. Where does this leads us? I'll stop the sharing now. If anyone has any questions. No? Are you enjoying this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Dan, for people who are here tonight on the call, who's never done hypnosis, I can see a few of my friends on tonight. I think that's just the perfect summary and broke it down really simply. And when you use the term of the critical faculty being the doorman, I like to kind of extend on that. And for those of you in the UK, you may remember a phrase we used was, your name's not down, you ain't coming in a Cockney bouncer accent. And it was like, so it's almost like, if that doesn't like the look of that, like if it's trying to tell you to go and steal a bank or give me some money, it's like, I don't like that. So it's like your doorman, your protector, does kind of eventually do the sleep thing, but it's got one eye open. It's always looking out for us. It's always protecting us, So yeah, so great. I love it. My favorite analogy, Dan. Thank you.
So basically, thank you, Jack. I will tell you one thing. Most of the people, they think that by bypassing the critical faculty, it means that you're bypassing the consciousness. No, I said, it's quite specific. Only the critical faculty of the conscious mind. You're not losing consciousness. Your conscious mind is always there. Otherwise, how the hell could the 4 acceptability, rules be applied? Because there should be an analytical way, an acceptable selective thinking. That means there's a way to analyze if this thing I will accept, yes or no. So those things, the mechanism is still there, but it's like as if your conscious mind is there in the back seat of the theater, just watching the show, and it can intervene at any time. This is why whenever you engage yourself in anything related to consciousness, and then I will go in the presentation again, it will disengage the aspect of subconscious, let's call it hypnosis. So I will go back to that because I have to show you something that is very, very, very important. 2 words. The conscious mind here is called the thinking mind. And the subconscious mind is the feeling mind. Okay. The conscious mind is capable of doing one thing and one thing at a time. The subconscious mind is the catch-it-all thing. It's like a camera, let's put it this way, that can catch feeling, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations related to an event, whatever is happening. So sometimes something happens, you get all those triggered. This is stored in the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is capable of acting in a kind of, let's put it technically speaking, in a kind of a serial kind of way. You think you're multitasking, but you're not. You're jumping from one task to another. Just like now you're listening to me, you're looking at the screen, but once I say it, you will shift your awareness to that. So, and then suddenly I say, you're not feeling the chair underneath you, and you will feel that. So your awareness will shift as you speak. And all of a sudden, I say and then you get aware about the smells around you in the room. Okay, now there's a smell. And the sounds outside. Oh, there's sound outside. So basically, you're jumping from one thing to another. This is why, at a certain moment in time, if you're driving a car and you're trying to concentrate on parallel parking, you will lower the volume on your radio. It has it has no connection. Lowering the volume on your radio because you're reversing into a parallel park, it has nothing. Or you're speaking to someone the whole way on the road and said like, wait, I have to park. You've been driving on the road, you've been speaking to that person on the phone the whole time, and when it comes to parking, you just have to park the call and do the car parking. Because your conscious mind cannot concentrate on two things simultaneously at the same time. But the subconscious mind has it all, because when you're driving, you're not thinking about, if you're doing like stick shift or is like, I don't know. Have you ever thought, when do you have to turn and, look at the mirror and see things around you? You don't think. It's an autopilot. We call it heuristic movement or something. It's neurologic. It's neurons that just like wired together. They just act like that. It's like an autopilot. And these neurons that click together based on neuroplasticity, it's a kick-off, repetitive, automatical function. This is why I say automatical bodily functions. That goes like into muscle memory, like any athlete. They don't think about it. It is stored in this area here. This is why Freudians, or Freud himself, will call this the unconscious mind. So the unconscious mind is the package, actually, the whole group of unconscious mind, subconscious mind, as per Jerry Kein. Okay, but in order to give it more emphasis on those parts, we had to split it. And basically, those things, they do not exist as entities. So the mind is not the brain. I don't know if the mind exists in my pinky toe or on the top of my room. No one knows where the mind is. Okay, I know the brain is here, but the mind, I don't know. So this is why you get into collective consciousness, Jungian kind of way, the mindful entity, these kind of many theories, philosophies, and everything. So that's why the mind is not something tangible. Okay, the brain is. I can touch. If I lift this part here, I can touch my brain. Yeah, but I cannot touch my thoughts. Now the thoughts will trigger electric, circuits. Yeah, but not the electrical circuits that will trigger the thought. This is the difference. You get that emotion, and then the electrical circuit starts. It's not the other way around. Now we can go debating, who was before the hen or the egg, but it's this is life. It's like you put someone on the fMRI and you will see the results. So that being said, feeling, thinking. There's another rule. When you feel, you don't think. When you think, you don't feel. Ever. You can't. Impossible. Out of the question. So when you feel, you don't think. When you think, you don't feel. You've had so many times you wake up in the morning looking at your thigh bruised. Maybe you hit it against the bed while you were talking on the phone, but you cannot remember when. You didn't feel the pain even. So you're just engaged in something else. Would that be hypnosis? Probably. Yeah, why not? So basically, let's call it a natural state. A natural state could be triggered. Yeah. And that natural state, you cannot be caught in. No one can control you because you're doing it to yourself, since the subconscious mind is self-protective. And the moment you think, you're out of hypnosis. So it takes a fraction of a second to anyone that you send them a suggestion that is not, it's like someone in hypnosis, and then you go and tell them, go rob a bank. Hopefully this suggestion is not acceptable. They will... The minute this is like, they will open their eyes and look at you. It's like, are you nuts? they disengage immediately. So no matter how deep they are, unless they are in the stale state, or call it the coma state, sometimes they don't go out. I hate to call it coma state. Let's call it the stale state. It's a very deep state where you can execute, like operations, operate on people. No anesthesia, no nothing. Anyway, that's going to be quite an evolutionary thing. So when you feel you don't think, when you think you don't feel, based on that, whenever someone is in a heightened or flooded emotional state, they're not engaging their conscious mind. So they are there. And this is where you can send a suggestion. And if it's acceptable, it sticks. I'll give you an example. You get your file, you go to the doctor, they look at that file and they tell you, I'm sorry to tell you, but I guess you have cancer. And here you're devastated. You're so emotional, you're flooded. And then they give you another suggestion. I don't think you will be able to walk in 2 weeks. If you accept that suggestion, you go home, in 2 weeks you'll be crippled. So, flooded emotions, flooded thinking, that's how Milton Erickson approached it. He floods the conscious mind, and then the conscious mind is set aside, and then move on. But when you're flooding the subconscious mind with feelings, there is no way on earth that your conscious mind is engaged. Thus, the critical faculty is set aside, and then you can fire any suggestion. This is why when you're trying to move the mass in any protest or anything, you flood them with fear, media, and when you get them into that fear to a certain extent, you hit them with a suggestion. They will believe anything. So now you will tell me they're being hypnotized against their own will. No, because they have predisposition to whatever being sent to them, but you're amplifying this again. With NLP, you can prime people to do things, but if it's against their own will, literally, they will not execute it unless there is a huge process going in. I would urge you to just check on Project MK Ultra and likings. So George Estabrook books and writings also. So plenty of things that we can give an example, but when you feel you don't think, when you think you don't feel, basically you can hypnotize people if they are flooded. So that's the way. You don't need to be hypnotist. Now if they are so, like it's like when people are afraid, it's like a baby or a child when they fall on the ground, okay, and they are so scared, they see blood on their feet, and then mama comes and kisses the boo-boo, and the boo-boo goes away. That's waking hypnosis, for heaven's sake, because they're flooded with their own emotions and fears, and then once the mama kisses the boo-boo, it literally brings the discomfort down because they accepted a suggestion because mommy is that higher authority. So, again, any questions? No? I will show you something. Is anyone hungry before I start? No? Okay, I'll make you hungry then. Let's put it this way. The way I like to put it, it's I tend to. I'm not into burgers, but that's a burger. Okay, that's the bun on the burger. That's another bun. Ladies and gentlemen, this program is not sponsored by any shape or form by McDonald's or Burger King. Anyway, that's the bun. And then what is inside the burger? It's you have the usually I used to do it with the hot dog, and then it was not suitable for people under 18. So I chose to keep it with the burger. And yeah, I know these kind of days, political correctness. And then you have the That's the meat, by the way. Excuse my French. And then you put some ketchup on the meat, and you put some salad, okay, and tomatoes, I don't know. That's the burger. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Hypno Burger. Though I tend to use the hummusology kind of approach, but burger is easier. Why burger? Okay. In order to proceed with any, as we said, the establishment of an acceptable set of thinking after, bypassing the critical factor. So basically, establishing the induction, that's putting people in trance, like in order to establish hypnosis. So basically, you need an induction to do that. That thing I talked about, just relax your hair, relax your mustache, relax your shoes, whatever. So this kind of thing, it goes here. Okay? That's the induction. That's okay. And then you need to on the count of 3, you open your eyes, feel good. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. That's what we call emerging. Never say, I'm going to wake you up, because they're not sleeping. Okay. Never, ever. And never say, like under hypnosis, because they're not under anything. They're in a state. They're not under your spell or something. These are the things that made people afraid. And then here, and this one here, let's keep it, scientifically correct. And then you have what we call emerging. Okay, we don't say wake up. We emerge people. We bring them up from the state. That's hypnosis. Okay, induction and emerging. And this is here. That's the therapy. They are therapeutic techniques, whatever you want to use in hypnosis. So you need to put people in hypnosis, do your therapy, immersion. As simple as that. Okay? It's easy. You induce hypnosis, you do your therapy, you immerse them. So now with hypnosis happening, it's quite okay. I'll anyone mute anyone? Okay. Whenever you are putting anyone in hypnosis and you want to do therapy, it has to be on an adequate level of depth. Now, you tell me depth, it's like as if I'm putting someone with a rope and then just like bringing them down from a balcony from the top of a roof or something. It has a way to test for depth anyway. So let's put it this way. Let's go with the induction. Okay, this is why you're here today, to learn how to put anyone in hypnosis. So let's put it this way. We need to first let me check something here. So who's there to okay, unmute, whatever. Yeah. Otherwise they think that hypnosis is torturing someone. This is what's happening. So in order to put someone in hypnosis, we have to bypass the critical faculty. So in order to bypass the critical faculty, we need to do something out of the norm. So if we go through the Dave Elman induction that has everything in it built in, I will tell you what is built in. We need to do something out of the norm, which is usually when you close your eyes, you make sure you can open them, right? So in this case, if you close your eyes and make sure that you can't open them, how would you do that? You just Okay, close your eyes and then you just pull them up. So, back to business. Pulling up the eyes. Anyone, any takers, any victims? I'm not going to do any therapy. We're just going to put someone in hypnosis. And Bible, if they want to, they want it to happen, expect it to happen because it's mental expectancy, and watch it happen. So I cannot do anything against your own will. I will be the pilot of your dreams. I will be your guide. You just follow my suggestions and you'll feel amazingly great. Who's in?
I'll do it.
Craig, that's good. Sandia still alive, or I wanted to take someone with no experience with that, but since she's not there, I will pin you.
No, I am. Yes, I am here. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go through this? I will pin you too.
Actually, I missed a little bit because I was at the doctor appointment.
No worries.
I missed. Yeah, sorry about that.
So, what I want you to do is just follow my suggestions. Nothing more, nothing less. I will teach you how to do that. It's very easy, and because usually people they are so curious on knowing what is happening, so they keep their engines on, their conscious engine on, to see like, yo, what is he doing? So I'll teach you everything. At the end of that, it's going to be fun. The thing is, if you close your eyes now, just close your eyes and test them to make sure they are closed. What do? You just lift your eyebrows, just push them up and make sure that, yeah, that's it. Stop. That's it. That's the most complicated part of the whole thing. Open your eyes now. Okay. So that's the most complicated part of the whole thing. And later on, you just follow my suggestions. Good. One of the major things with hypnosis, in order to do that, you need the consent. And this is what we call building rapport, having the contract, called the hypnotic contract, by asking someone, so do you want to make hypnosis with me? Do you want to be in hypnosis with me? Do you want to play with me? I don't know. It's whatever. Would you accept me to hypnotize you? Okay. Usually I don't use that anymore. People just go ahead, do it. So back in the days, you've been seeing plenty of people and many photos, and you see them holding that thing. Remember that, everybody. Okay. That's a cool watch. I bought it for a very, very, very high price, and I keep it in a bag because there's no use for it other than telling the time. With an Apple Watch, it's useless. Back in the days, they used to just focus on that. It's called fascination. That's quite mesmeric, and it's from those days. You focus on that, and they tell you your eyes are getting tired, drowsy, droopy, sleeping, and closing. Now in the 21st century, we say, since Craig wants to do hypnosis with me, once you're ready, you can swallow, take a long deep breath in, exhale, and close your eyes. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And I want you to take yourself on a trip inside yourself. Take yourself in a journey inside yourself, or whatever inside yourself means. I don't know. They say that. And just allow yourself to drift deeper with every breath you exhale. Just go inside yourself like going through the layers of an onion. No one knows how many layers an onion has. Just like cutting through the layers of an onion, down from one layer to the other, from the conscious, unconscious, subconscious, superconscious, super duper conscious, whatever, to that sweet, sweet core of yours, where it feels so cool, so nice. And when you reach there, you just nod your head when you're ready to start. Cool. Now I want you to put all your attention on your eyelids, on those tiny muscles around your eyes, on the tiny nerves around your eyes, and just relax them. Relax them to the point that as long as they are so much relaxed, they just won't work. And when you know they are so much relaxed to the point they won't work, give them a very good test. Make sure they won't work. Push them high. Make sure they won't work. Okay, stop testing now. The same quality of that relaxation you have in your eyes, send it from the top of your head to the tips of your toes like a warm wave of relaxation. From your head to your neck, your shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, thighs, calves and feet. And then bring it up from your feet to the back of your legs, to the back of your neck, to the top of your head. That's it. And as you continue to drift deeper with every breath you exhale, all the sounds around you will help and guide you to go deeper into relaxation. Any sound you hear, air conditioning, maybe some vacuum cleaner, car, dog barking, people speaking, TV, whatever. Any paper screeching, phone, all the sounds around you will help and guide you to go deeper into relaxation. In fact, the only sound you're interested in is the sound of my voice. Just allow the sound of my voice to take you deeper into relaxation. While all the sounds, they just fade in the background. That's it. Now, as you continue to drift deeper with every breath you exhale and all the sounds around you, I'll be counting from 10 down to 1. Just allow yourself to double that relaxation with every count. So here we go. 10, deeper and deeper, relaxed. 9, drifting deeper, going deeper inside yourself. 8, sitting firmly, securely on the chair, feeling quite comfortable. That's great. You're doing great. Perfect. 7, because the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more and more relaxed you become. 6, drifting always with positive thoughts in your mind, great feelings in your body. 5, allowing every muscle, every nerve, every fiber just to shut down and be completely limp, loose, and relaxed. 4, just pushing away all that surface tension. All that tension that you have, just give yourself permission to let it go. 3, going even deeper, 100 times relaxed. Doesn't matter how many times. 2, and 1. And you continue to relax with every breath you exhale. That's perfect. I'm feeling great, you know? In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes. When I tell you to, not now. When I tell you to, you open your eyes. And when I tell you to, you close your eyes and you just go as deep as you can. So here we go. Open your eyes. Close your eyes, go deeper, relax, and notice how good that feels. Just allow yourself to drift. And again, open your eyes. Close your eyes and go deeper, relax. Notice how good and amazing that feels. Just notice how your breathing has become. Notice how your heart is beating. That's it. And again, since everything is much, much better with practice, we're going to do this one more time. This time when you close your eyes, you go as deep as you can amazingly feel. So open your eyes, close your eyes and go deeper, relax, and notice how amazing that feels. And as you continue to drift deeper into that relaxation to the point where your eyes so heavy, shut, that no matter how much you will try to open them, they will stay closed, not because I'm saying so, just because you want them to be. Just want it to happen, expect it to happen, watch it happen. And the more you try to open them, the more closed, shut, relaxed they become. I'll be counting from 1 to 5. That at the count of 5 you will try to open them. You will find you can't because you don't want to. It's not just because I'm telling you so. 1, your eyes are heavy, relaxed, sleepy. 2, heavy as if you just like paste them in super glue. 3, they're closed because it feels good. 4, that when I say 5 you will try to open them, you'll find you can't because you don't want to. 5, try and see. You can't. Try and find you can't. Okay, stop trying now. Just allow yourself to drift deeper into that amazing state of relaxation. And it feels so good to be there. And I'll be counting from 1 upward. You will find out if you try to follow me counting, you will find out that those numbers will just disappear. You don't need numbers. You just like push them away into oblivion. You don't need them. So here we go. Just relax them from your mind. 1, 2. Just push them away like a puff of smoke. 3, 4. All gone? All gone? They're gone? That's it. Now the mind is relaxed, the body is relaxed, and the mind and body continue to relax with every breath you exhale. And as you are in this amazing state, it feels so good that at any time I will just touch my nose in the intention of putting you in hypnosis. And you accept that, your eyes will close, and you will drift as deep as this time and even deeper. So, should you accept this suggestion, the moment you open your eyes and I touch my nose, you will go deeper back in hypnosis, sitting firmly with your neck supporting your head and your shoulders supporting your neck. So, open your eyes. Okay, would you like me to hypnotize you? Okay, here we go. That's it. Yeah, and deeper and deeper. That's cool. And again, open your eyes. Oh, look at me. Sleep. That's perfect. I feel so good. And again, open your eyes. Okay. Sleep. That's perfect. In a moment, I'm going to immerse you. I'll be counting from 1 to 10. At the count of 10, you will open your eyes and feel so amazingly great. And you will retain all the information that you're learning in this workshop, crash course in hypnosis. And you will have so much confidence in you to recap your hypnotist life. All the trainings that you got, you just regain it back. And you feel so confident to start working with it, doing whatever you were supposed to do with it. And nothing will stand in your way to achieve your goals. So, here we go. 1, coming back up. 2, 3, and 4, feeling so great. 5, just recharged, energized, feeling good. All this energy inside of you. 6 and 7, just a splash of fizzy water with ice and lemon. Psh, fresh, feeling good. 8, wiggle your fingers and toes, wiggle your fingers and toes. 9, gently open your eyes, coming back in the here and now. 10, give yourself a big stretch. Feel good, welcome back. How does that feel?
Wonderful, thank you.
Anytime. So, do you want to do hypnosis with me again? Okay, look at me. Here we go. That's good. Okay. At your own pace, you just come back feeling good. Welcome back. How does that feel?
Feel a little groggy.
Yeah. So just take a long deep breath in. Exhale, close your eyes. And then I'll be counting from 1 to 10. And you will open your eyes feeling so amazing great. 1, you're going up. 2, lifting with that energy, filling you just as a surge of electricity goes inside of you, feeling great. 3, 4, 5, and 6, just feels that energy inside of you, opening up with so much energized, feeling so refreshed. 7, 8, and 9, and 10, just open your eyes and just give yourself a big stretch. Feel good. That feels good.
Good.
Cool.
I don't need a nap now.
So, thank you, Greg. Thank you. That was.
Well, thank you.
So, let's put it this way. What did we do here?
Sorry, Daniel. Can I just mention something?
Yeah.
So I was intrigued with hypnosis a few months ago, and I I went and I paid a lot of money, and I tried it with someone, and I did not feel 5% of what I felt right now, given that I'm in a group setting and the lights are on and it's online. Whereas in her clinic, it was quite, there was the vibe. So anyways, I just wanted to thank you. And
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't be able to continue the session right now, but I just wanted to thank you and just share my current experience with you guys.
Thank you, Yara. Hopefully, we'll see you in the class.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. So what happened here, what Yara experienced, most of the Ericksonian trained tend to not experience whenever there's someone that is doing an Elman induction. That was quite fast. I don't know. Did anyone time this? How long did it take? 5 minutes? 6 minutes? Something? I don't know. Maybe with the replay we can see that. It didn't take much. Most of the progressive muscle relaxation will take from 20 to 30 minutes or something. I'm not sure. And it takes some time to get into that state. Actually, this is why the Elman induction is reliable, repetitive, and rapid. Okay, there's a quite, some people will say you have the progressive muscle relaxation, you have a rapid induction, and then you have an instant induction. What we experienced here, it was a rapid induction, which is fast. Okay, 5 minutes, that's 5-10 minutes max. That's way less than 20-30 minutes. And then we induced something we call an instant induction. This is what happened with touching the nose. And thus he knows, he accepts that suggestion. But once he closed his eye, he went deeper than even with the 10 minutes thing. When you close your eyes, then the second time you were a bit groggy when you went out. It was like so deep. So this is how you save time whenever you're dealing with your clients later on. You don't need like 30 minutes to put them in hypnosis and then a lengthy therapy that goes like beyond 1 hour and a half and then immerse them and talk to them. It's like you end up having a session of 2 hours and a half. People nowadays, they don't have the luxury of time. So let's not focus on the hypnosis and focus on the therapy. This is where the difference is between, the bun and the burger. So many people, they feel like, okay, we just eat it. We're eating the whole burger. And so let's take the induction away and then the immersion away. And then we're left with whatever inside. What you will have if you remove the bun, the upper part and the lower part, it's traditional psychotherapy. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It could be Gestalt, it could be CBT, it could be psychoanalytical, like psychodynamic. You can do whatever you want to do. Whenever you put any technique in hypnosis, you're boosting your results at any time. So this is why it's not a big deal to be a hypnotist. It's a big deal to know how to use techniques in hypnosis. As I said, it's a cardboard box that only interests my cat. So that being said, what did we do? How do you hypnotize someone? I'm going to share again. So any questions about that before I jump on the board? None? Cool. I like that. No questions is good. Are you still enjoying this as much as I am?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool. So that's the bun. That's the induction. Okay. This is what we did, me and Craig. And the 1 to 10 count and you wake up. No, don't say wake up. Ever. You just immerse them. That's 1 to 10. Open your eyes, feel good. That's the lower bun. Whatever happens inside, it's the suggestions, the therapy, the whatever feels good about. want it to happen, expect it to happen, it will happen. So basically, if you accept the suggestions, plenty of things will change. And the thing is, it will change effortlessly to the point where you think nothing happened. Yeah, because as I always say, since we are into food, a Chinese restaurant in China is called restaurant. You don't go to China, do you have a Chinese restaurant? No, they have restaurants over there. So basically, a Chinese restaurant in China is called restaurant. So if it's natural, it's part of the subconscious mind. Then the change happens gradually. It's not like a flip or like a Harry Potter thingy. But when the change happens, you wouldn't realize it. It's like when you're watching your kids grow. You look at them one day, they have mustache, and it always feels as if they were born yesterday. And this is how the change happens. All of a sudden, you find yourself, geez, I'm brushing my teeth. I used to gag each time I brush my teeth. And it has been happening for a month. How did that happen? I wonder. So what did we do? The components of an induction, to put anyone in hypnosis, okay? We start by the bypass of the critical faculty by going into something that is unusual. In this term, the eye catalepsy. Okay? We started by closing the eyes, you can't open them, whatever. So usually you're used to, when you close your eyes and tell people, make sure they are closed, they go like that. Now, this is making sure that they can open. Making sure they are closed, they just like keep them closed and then you just like push them. So this is something against your own thing. It's like, do you remember any moment in time when you were in a shopping mall, and then what happens? You reach the what do you call it? The escalator, and when you reach the escalator, it's like it's off. And then you step on the escalator, and what happens is like you're startled because the escalator is off, because you're used to that escalator to move. It feels like it's moving because of the stripes on the metal. So you step on it, it feels like I'm falling. Okay, that moment is a critical faculty bypass. Any shock is a critical faculty bypass. Any traumatizing event is a critical faculty bypass. This is why, when you're dealing with people with post-traumatic stress, they went through a trauma, right? That trauma was a critical faculty bypass. And all the things that happened, they entered the subconscious mind immediately. This is why that trauma, that fear, that whatever they felt is engraved inside there. So when you do hypnotherapy, you're just like, as if you're like, I don't like the term, but it's like dehypnotizing them from that trauma, rather than hypnotizing them to take the trauma away, because there was an act of hypnosis happening to get that trauma in, and then you have to just go in and take it out. So we started with the eye catalepsy by bypassing the critical faculty, and then at that moment in time, we gave the suggestion to relax your muscles. So we went to relaxation. Okay. The relaxation is not something that is required, but people expect it to be relaxing. Hypnosis looks like sleeping. They have a recliner, thus I should be relaxed. And this is why some people, they will tell you, I wasn't relaxed, so therefore I wasn't in hypnosis. Believe me, some people, they go into an abreaction, which is an abnormal reaction. They go flipping. They're not so much relaxed. Some people, they go like tense because they're so afraid because there's something traumatizing that's happening there, and they're not relaxed. But to just speak about the experience that that we were talking about, anyone experiencing hypnosis differently. I was in the world championship for like trap shooting, skeet shooting championship, like last month in Croatia, and I had I have a client of mine that I'm accompanying her for the World Championship for shooting. We were doing hypnosis on the shooting range. Now tell me, putting someone in hypnosis while you have about 48 contestants shooting at the same time, it's like you're in a battle zone, and or a battlefield, war zone, whichever it is, shooting all over the place, and you're hearing all that, people all around you, and you have to put someone in hypnosis to give them suggestions of being, relaxed and whatever, etc., etc. Yeah, so long with relaxation, because you're doing it while the person is standing, while everything is happening all around them with media, plus the shooting. So hypnosis can happen anywhere. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. So no need for relaxation for that. So that being said, it's too easy to 11. Jesus, that's how I didn't do that on purpose. That's a sign. So that relaxation thing is not. It's not the best thing. So you're doing eye catalepsy. You're going through that, and then you go through what we call a deepener. What's a deepener? It's like you're deepening the state. So I will be counting from 10 down to 1 with every count you bring. Actually, that's a suggestion, accepting to relax your muscles even more. So you deepen that. By deepening it, by like focusing on how to relax your muscles at the same time. So this is just sending the critical faculty and the conscious mind in the back seat, way behind. And once that deepener is happening, we did something we called fractionation. Okay, fractionation. It's a very hypnotic term. What we mean by fractionation is like what Dave Elman would say. It's a three visits to Bernheim. As I said in the beginning, that he read Suggestive Therapeutics by the age of 12. So let's have fun. He got that book. He read about how Hippolyte Bernheim used to do hypnosis back in the 1800s, and he wanted to do that. He was a child. So Bernheim, in order to put someone in deep hypnosis, he used to put them in hypnosis, immerse them, send them home, bring them back after a week, put them back in hypnosis. The hypnosis gets stronger. Immerse them, send them home. And then they come on the third week, put them back in hypnosis, immerse them, and send them home. And then on the fourth week, they come, and he does what he needs to do with suggestions. So that little child, Dave Elman, back then, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old, he just thought about it from a childish point of view. If this guy is putting people in hypnosis, immersing them, sending them home, wouldn't that be the same if they went out of the office and back in? So this way, we just reduced the 4 weeks or the 3 weeks, 3 visits, to like just one day, like let's say 4 hours. We do that, bring them back out, bring them back in. And then he said, okay, wouldn't that rather just if we send them home and back in the same day, it's going to be the same. So why sending back home while we can send them out on the reception at the office? So those 3 weeks became 3 days. They became 3 hours. And then, okay, what if while they are on the chair, put them in hypnosis, immerse them, put them back in hypnosis, immerse them, put them back in hypnosis, without leaving the chair. And then we have squeezed this into 5 minutes. This is what is called fractionation, which other known as 3 visits to Bernheim. So with a childish mind, you can see it was possible to reduce what Hippolyte Bernheim considered something out of the norm, and he brought it in and shrunk it. So with fractionation, it was like open your eyes, close your eyes, go deeper. Open your eyes, close your eyes deeper. These are fractionations, as if I was putting Craig in hypnosis, emerging him out, putting him back in, emerging him out. So with this half-a-minute gesture, Craig was shrinking 4 weeks of hypnosis at the same time. Thus the depth of where Craig was. And in order to do that, we need to test. Okay, we need to test how deep Craig was. Now, how deep is your love? How deep is? Okay, it happened that the song just hit my mind. I hate it. So how deep your Craig was? So we had to test it. Okay, so the test. At the same time, it's a test / another deepener and something we call convincer. Usually people, they say convincer, they think like as if, most of the students, they think as if you're convincing the client or the person there that he or she is in hypnosis. Basically, it's to convince me that you're in hypnosis because I'm not convinced yet. When I'm convinced, then I can work. So that test by having your eye catalepsy so heavy, shut to the point where the more you try, that's a two-edged thing. So the more you try, the more shut they become. So the more you try to open them, they become shut. It's like it's a lock. And if you're in the subconscious mind, you will be executing the suggestions literally to the point you try to open them and you'll find you can't. This is why you saw Craig trying. You were trying actually to open them, and it felt like I don't want to. Just like God, get it off with. I don't want to open them. So basically, it was a test to know that he's deep in hypnosis, accepting suggestions. 2, it's a deepener because the moment I told him just stop trying, go deeper, relax. That's another deepener because there was a term of like a mode of fractionation. And at the same time, it was a convincer for Craig and for me that, I was in hypnosis because I couldn't open my eyes. I tried my best. I couldn't open them. Something, people, they will look at you and feel like as if we were friends and we're staging this. No, it happened. You couldn't open your eyes. That's because you didn't want to. Not because I told you so. So basically, that thing here is very important. So, and it is all built in the Dave Elman induction. It's so simple. And then when we did that, we did something. Usually, I tell people to count and lose the numbers, but we call this as amnesia by choice. Okay, amnesia, like. It's selective amnesia. Called, if you want to put it, it's like selective. You're not forgetting your name, but we can, Isabel, if you want. Just throwing away those numbers. You don't need them. You just like forget about them, and you can see the numbers just like they're out. You cannot follow me even if I continue to count. It will feel like. It's like trivial. So therefore, the conscious mind is not counting anymore, and it's out of it's back there in the back seat. At that moment, you're out. You're out in your subconscious mind, and it feels so good. It feels so good because this is purely who you are. That's the relaxing part of you, and it feels so good to be there. It's safe. We didn't poke any holes. We let it happen. We give suggestions, and then we do the emerging by doing the 1 to 10 count. Okay, we emerge. Okay, so everything is built in that can be executed in less than 10 minutes. Okay. So if you've been following that, taking notes or whatever, it's easy to to look at the Dave Elman induction. If people would accept to be hypnotized, and they accept to follow your suggestions, and you know how to tell them about how all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and it's not you hypnotizing them, they are putting themselves in a state of hypnosis by following your suggestions, you can hypnotize anyone. Believe me, I've used the Elman induction on so many people. I use it online. Actually, back in the days, I used to use a hand drop, just these kind of things you see on the TV, sleep. Yeah, but with the COVID and online, I cannot punch my screen or camera. It doesn't work. I do my best, but basically what I do that thing like 2-3 times, and then I program them to the point where it's so easy. You know, now if Craig would allow it and accept that, would you like me to hypnotize you again, Craig? Yeah. So we just look into my eyes in the screen and sleep. Just allow it to happen. Want it to happen, expect it to happen, it will happen. You can feel it in all your body. And at your own pace, you can just open your eyes and come back. How did that feel? Can you unmute? Unmute. Was it similar?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a wave, just kind of slowly coming down to where, I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but yeah.
You have closed your eyes before. And did it feel like that? Right?
Yeah.
Look, like many times you've closed your eyes, and then it feels the same thing that you felt now, right? It's totally different. It's like, James, have you been following up on the induction? How did that feel to you?
I'm lacking words, eh?
What? You're lacking words.
Yeah.
Did that feel, you know, like deep? It felt relaxing. It brought you. Yeah. Okay. So I will tell you. It's relaxing. Yeah. I will tell you one thing that will just shake your world a bit. Not all the time it's relaxing, because sometimes you put someone in hypnosis and you open a Pandora's box of emotions. So this is where an ab reaction is. If you put someone in hypnosis without saying, sometimes it happens even though you say it, you know, always with positive thoughts in your mind, great feelings in your body, just to shift their attention from their own fears and ab reactions. Just because at a certain moment, if you go so deep, you're entering that realm of feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, and sensations. What if they're like something you don't want to be in there, and then it pops up, and then you find yourself crying without any, or doing something else actually. So the therapy will enter. This is where the experience comes in. It's quite amazing how each one would experience it differently. This is why you cannot put it in a certain framework. And this is why at a certain moment in time, if we had the time to do that, I would be speaking about Freud and hypnoanalysis and Dave Elman and hypnoanalysis and many things that are connected to it. So that being said, do you think any one of you learned somehow how to put someone in hypnosis? This way, as fast as that. It's good. Any questions? Oh. Okay. As I promised, you know, I want you to please, can you put your emails in the conversation? and direct it to me if you want to. If you don't want to send it to everyone, just send it in the send your email in the conversation. So I will send you the like a certification of attendance. It's good, like people like to carry on papers, and it's a PDF. You can print it in your own world. And I'll send you this. It's fun to have. Basically, the training we have to start soon. In November. There are some, like, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many so far. And based on that, we kick off. You can just let's put this. The recording, I have to edit the first pieces of it, so we don't because there are like plenty of margins to chop before we start. I will send you my the. Oh, okay. I'm typing my iPad now. That's okay. That's a website. It's my Facebook page. However, it's like you can go there or visit Instagram. My name. That's Instagram.com/ I guess that's the one. And you are on the group, so you can drop me the emails on the group as well. It will be easier also. But I prefer to have them here, so no one's like no sharing emails. I'll be saving this. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hope to see you on the course if you are interested. As I said, like 6 months of 3 months basically. With Christmas and Easter, sometimes it drags for a 4-month thing. It's 3 days a week or 2 days a week. It depends on the group, but I'm very flexible with this. So it depends on the group and their timings if it's possible to attend. Basically, 9 to 12. This time is quite good for most of the people around the globe. Most, I would say. It depends on if you have day job or night job. Thank you all. Hope to see you soon. And that's it.
Thank you. That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Dan, before you go, can I just mention in the chat box, or if any of you follow me on Facebook, I've got the link to the WhatsApp group to come into the WhatsApp group if anybody's not in that WhatsApp group. So we can keep it condensed about the training. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see if I can. I can't do it because I'm on my computer, so I don't know.
You want me to put the WhatsApp group, you mean?
Yeah, so we can link straight to the link.
Just a second.
So anyone we have a WhatsApp group, so anyone who's not in it, come on in, because once the training times are put together, you'll see it firsthand then in the WhatsApp group, and it will perhaps be a bit easier, isn't it, to keep everyone in one space.
Yeah, that was giving me one of my questions on this training coming up in November is the times and date, the day it's starting, and all the details.
Actually, okay. Actually, as I said, I'm flexible on this because people are coming from everywhere in the world. This is the so that's why once the people who wants to be on the training, we will make a separate group, and based on that we can define the time, and then we move at our own pace. Sometimes we had people having exams, so we just put it on hold a bit, and then we come back because it's a lengthy thing. It's something that goes. So sometimes we need to repeat things. Sometimes some people they are coming. You know, like sometimes they are a bit late, so they go watching the recordings, and then, and then they come back, and then we continue. And it's. But I've been doing that for like quite some time now. It's flexible. It brings a bonding between the students to the point where you have some sort of a community of people who are on that. Okay, just to write down the yeah, it's easy, by the way. It's bit.ly. Oh, okay, that's Hypnocrash. No, wait. My bad. Okay, that's the one. Okay, that's Hypnotraining 2023. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, that's the WhatsApp group. You can most of you are there on the WhatsApp group, so you can click on it and then enter there. Okay. That being said, so hope to see you all, and we'll see how things would go, and let's roll. Okay.
Thank you, Daniel.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.